Hello everyone and welcome to our class. Well shoot. Okay, so I'm going to start by writing the heading up at the very top, which is exactly what I would like you to do on each of your work that you do for me. And whatever your section number is would go there. And if this is practice problems, then write practice problems blue. If this is a quiz, write quiz number 1 or whatever it might be. If it is practice problems, then over on this side, please write whatever the chapter is, 1.1, and page, I don't know, 18 or whatever it happens to be. And then all problem numbers go on the left side of the margin line, please. Otherwise, they begin looking too much like the problems that we are doing. So, a couple of things first. I need you to think what the word factor means. The word factor. Turn this off, think of what it means, and then come back and we'll talk about it. So the word factor means the things that are being multiplied together. It's the name of the things being multiplied together to get a product. So names of things that you will need to know. When we add things together, the name of the answer is sum. When we subtract things, the name of the answer is difference. When we multiply things, the name of the answer is product. And when we divide things, the name of the answer is quotient. All of the things that are being added or subtracted or divided, they all have names as well. They aren't that important for you to know, but you do need to know the names of the things being multiplied, and they are called factor or factors. So for instance, if you have 3 times 5, the 3 and the 5 are factors, the 15 is the product. So a factor is things being multiplied together. Factoring, which is what we're going to talk about now, is a little bit different. So there's a difference between factor and factoring. So factoring in math, we can do everything up. If we do it up, we have a way to undo it. So if we add things, we undo it by subtracting. If we multiply things, we undo it by division. If we do things up by exponents, we undo them by roots. I'm going to say that one again. If we do things up by exponents, we undo it by roots. We'll talk much more about that later in Unit 3. So then, the way to, if we multiply up polynomials, the way to undo multiplying polynomials is called factoring. So if I have 9 times z plus 2, if I multiply that out, 9 times z is 18z. Excuse me, not 18. 9z, and 9 times 2 is 18. I was getting ahead of myself. So this is multiplied out. If I want to factor this, I want to take the greatest common factor out. That means the biggest number and the biggest number of letters that I can get out. So the first thing I like to look at is, what's the biggest number I can get out of here? So let's start again. Plus 18. So the biggest number I can get out is 9. We always put what we're factoring out in front, and then we're going to multiply it with what's left over. Well, I can't get any z's out because this guy has no z. So 9 is the only thing I can factor out. So 9z basically divided by 9 is z. and 18 divided by 9 is 2. This is the factored form of this guy. That's called greatest common factor. Let's just do a few other examples just to make sure you really get this. 5z plus 5. So the biggest number I can get out is 5. I can't get any letters out because this guy here has no letters. So 5z divided by 5 is z, and 5 divided by 5 is 1. If I don't have that 1, when I multiply this back through, I won't come back to the 5. So the way to double check that you've got factored this correctly is just to multiply it through, and do you come back to what you started with. Let's do another example. You notice I'm skipping 2 lines. Please do that in your work as well. Okay, so let's do 100 m to the 5th. Excuse me. Okay, and then minus 50 m to the 4th plus 25 m to the 3rd. So I want to factor this. It's already multiplied out. Now I'm going to factor it. So that's undoing the multiplication. So the biggest number I can get out of each of these is 25, because 25 goes into 100 evenly, 25 goes into 50 evenly, and 25 goes into 25 evenly. I can't take 50 out of everything because I can't get 50 out of 25. If I can't take it out of one, I can't take it out of any of them. So that's the biggest number. Now let me look at the letters. Well, the biggest number of letters I can get out is m to the 3rd, because if I use m to the 4th, I can't get 4 m's out of this guy, for instance. So that's what I can factor out. Now what's left? 25m to the 3rd. 100m to the 5th divided by 25m to the 3rd is 4m squared. 50m divided by 25m to the 3rd is 2m. And 25m to the 3rd divided by 25m to the 3rd is 1. And now that's done. If I want to check, skip a line, write the word check. You don't have to rewrite the answer, but just multiply it through now. 25m to the 3rd times 4m squared is 100m to the 5th. 25m to the 3rd minus 2m is minus 50m to the 4th. And 25m to the 3rd plus 1 times 1, excuse me, is 25m to the 3rd. Did I come back to the same thing I started with? Yes, and so my answer is correct. One other kind of greatest common factor, GCF, rule number 1 on your factoring rule sheet, be sure to get that out, is factoring out a binomial. So this is a very important concept. Make sure you get this down. Oops, plus. Okay, so I'm looking for a greatest common factor. Let's see. This guy is one factor, and this guy is one factor. But in each of these is a factor. For instance, like this could be 3 times 5 plus 3 times 7, let's say. Okay, so what is the same thing in, why won't that change colors? There we go. The whole quantity, things that are in parentheses are called the quantity of. So x minus 5 is the quantity of x minus 5. We also have the quantity of x plus 6 and the quantity of 2x plus 5. Each of those is a thing all by itself. You cannot take them apart. So the common factor in each of these is, oops, I don't want that anymore. Sorry about that. The quantity x minus 5. Well, just like we did before, here, we put it out front and then are multiplying it. So I'm going to multiply. Well, what's left from this stuff? X plus 6. And then what's left from this stuff? 2x. Oh, excuse me. My fault. And you guys are going to want to do that too, but do not, because it's what goes in this is everything that's left, and this is because of this. This is a plus, so this is a plus. And then what's left here? 2x plus 5. Okay? Now I can combine these like terms in here, so I get 3x plus 11, and I'm done. One more, and we'll be done. K squared, a plus 5b, the quantity of, plus m squared times the quantity a plus 5b. Okay, so my greatest common factor here is the quantity of a plus 5b. It's the same in each factor. So I factor that out, put it out front, the left side, like every time. And then what's left from this guy is the k squared plus, because that's that, and what's left from this guy is the m squared. Now you guys go try it. Thank you.